Greetings everyone! For our presentation, first of all, I'm going to introduce myself and my group members. I'm Clarjin P. Maglayat, and over here is Angel Tyla Gumalo and Jeremy Saire. Today's presentation, we're going to answer the following question in Lesson 3. So what are we waiting for? Let's start!
Plants, like all species, differ using the hierarchical system that tries to describe the evolutionary relation among the various groups within the hierarchy. Scientists, environmentalists, naturalists use taxonomy to classify and organize the world's immense diversity of living organisms in order to better comprehend their evolutionary ties.
What is the importance of plant taxonomy? The importance of plant taxonomy is to arrange the element or taxa of plants into more systematic matters so that they can better understood and could be used easily and more effectively. To arrange the data or information and knowledge of the plants. To indicate the source and genetic relationship or phylogenetic ancestry and origin of the plants. To indicate the distribution and the habitat of plants on Earth and their benefits. Why is nomenclature of plants necessary? Nomenclature of organism provides a means of communication and it's an ambiguous reference system about the elements that constitute biodiversity. The application of the rules of the Code of and taxonomic studies involving the change of circumscription of taxon results in nomenclature changes and symptoms.
Number 3. Give the definition of the following terms: kingdom, division, class, order, family, genus, and species. Kingdom, the highest taxonomic rank or the most general taxon used in classifying organisms. Division, taxonomic rank in biological classification that is used differently in zoology and in botany. Division refers to a rank equivalent to phylum. Class, a taxonomic rank consisting of organisms that share a common attribute. It is further divided into one or more orders. In the biological classification of organism, a class is a major taxonomic rank below the phylum or division and above the order. Order, a taxonomic rank used in classifying organisms generally below the class and comprised of families sharing a set of similar nature or character. Family, a taxonomic rank in the classification of organisms between genus and order. It also a taxonomic group of one or more genera, especially sharing a common attribute. A genus is a taxonomic category ranking used in biological classification that is below family and above species. It includes groups of species that are structurally similar or phylogenetically related. Species. A species is often defined as the largest group of organisms in which any two individuals of the appropriate sexes or mating types can produce fertile offspring, typically by sexual reproduction.
Artificial system of classification, which is mainly based on the morphological characters, non-evolutionary features. Example, classification of plants according to the number and situation of their stamens, style, and stigmas of the organism are not expressing the true natural relation species. Mechanical system, a sorting operation in which mixtures of particles of mixed size and often of different specific gravities are separated into fractions by the action of a stream of fluid, usually water. Natural system of classification of organisms is according to a relationship based on descent from a common ancestors. In this classification, the organism is classified on the basis of their vegetative character, which are permanent and do not change with the environment. This system of classifications avoid the groupings of heterogeneous and unrelated groups of organisms. The first natural system of plant classification was given by Betham and Hooker. Phylogenetic classification system is based on the evolutionary ancestry. It generates trees called cladograms, which are groups of organisms that include an ancestor species and its descendants. Classifying organisms on the basis of descent from a common ancestor is called phylogenetic classification. Morphology is the study of the size, shapes, and structure of animals, plants, and microorganisms, and of the relationships of their constituent parts. The term refers to the general aspects of biological form and arrangement of the parts of a plant or an animal. Plant anatomy is the study of the shape, structure, and size of plants. Is a part of botany, the study of plants. Plant anatomy focuses on the structure of body parts and systems that make up a plant. For example, plants therefore have epidermal tissue that forms a protective layer on its surface.
Palynology. Palynology is the study of spores and pollen grains. Spores and pollen grains have a number of morphological and ultrastructural features. These palynological features have provided a wealth of characters that have been important in inferring phylogenetic relationships of plants. In addition, the features of spores and pollen grains can often be used to identify a particular plant taxon.
Cytology. Cytology is a branch of biology that studies the structure and function of the plants and animal cells. When a biology studies how human blood cells work and how they relate to each other and the rest of the body, this is an example of cytology. Chemical and molecular. Molecular biology is the field of science concerned with studying the chemical structures and process of biological phenomena that involves the basic units of life and molecules. The field of molecular biology is focused especially on nucleic acid. Example, DNA and RNA, and proteins, macromolecules that are essential to life process and how these molecules interact and behave within cells.
And that's all for today. We hope that you've learned something in our presentation. Till next time, bye!